Hey everyone, what's up? So we've had another green day today and a little over $6,000 in trade profit today. So it's a good day. Didn't start off good though. So Monday the 25th of July, and last week we had an absolutely fantastic day, a fantastic week even. And we finished off the week with a huge green day of 42,000. I was a little bit conscious coming in that when I have a big day, big green days are usually followed by big red days. It's human nature. You get a little bit overconfident, and so I was adamant. I didn't want that to happen today, and I was going to be a little bit more cautious with regards to my sizing. I was going to be a little bit more cautious in terms of my risk management, and I was going to base hits and slowly and steady build up the gains today. And that's what we were doing. That's what we were doing to start off with. We traded 5 stocks today, and we started off with TBLT, which was we got over $11,000 with TBLT on Friday. So it was the last trading day. And so we started off with TBLT, and we were doing well with that. Then we got caught in an algorithmic flush. We were trading, we had 2,500 shares when TBLT announced news of an additional offering. We were trading over close to $8, and they announced this offering at $5. So of course the price action flushed, and we got caught in that. And of course, stop losses don't work in pre-market. This is all pre-market. Stop losses don't work in pre-market. There are no volatility halts in pre-market. So it actually flushed down, over $2 whole, and we lost considerable amount of money on that one. Well, all's well, that ends well, and we did trade SIGA, and SIGA was good for us. We were trading that across the course of the day. We traded PGY again, so we took over $30,000 off PGY on Friday, and we managed to take over 3,500 off PGY again today. So that was it's looking like the volatility it's a difficult stock to trade. I'll go into more details with that in a little while. We traded Redbox. So Redbox had quite a few weeks in June of short squeeze movement to the upside. They've been selling off for quite some time, but today had a revival. We managed to get over $3,000 on Redbox as well. And we traded PIK, and that was the last one we traded today. So PIK, we got a little over $2,000. So all in all, just over $6,000. A good green day. Like I say, it didn't start that way, and I'll go into that. And you've got to be conscious of, if you're going to be trading out of our sessions, first and foremost, it's much lower liquidity. So it doesn't take huge volume to move the needle in terms of price action. So when it's lower liquidity, lower volume, if you get caught in a flush, you've got to be quick to act. And I wasn't quick to act today. And if you get caught in a flush, there are going to be, you can't put stop losses to help you with your risk mitigation. They just won't execute. A stop loss is essentially a market order that gets you out at the best possible price. And for that to execute, it needs a market to execute. So it doesn't work pre-market, only in the open regular hours. So be careful if you're trading pre-market. And I'll show you the details of the flush, and I'll show you the details of what we were doing and how we were going about it. And you can make up your own mind whether you could have been quick enough to either get in or to manage the risk. I was a little bit slow. My mind didn't register. Monday, first early trading on a Monday. And still got that weekend brain fog around that means I was a little bit slow to react. But that being said, as I said earlier, all's well that ends well, and finishing $6,000 up on the day when your daily goal is $5,000 can only be considered a win, an absolute win. So we're doing very well. July is, we're going to be finishing today about $110,000 up in terms of the trade profit on July. So we're having a good month, another good month after June, which was my second best ever trading month. We're having another good month in July. We've got 4 days trading left. So let's see what the rest of the week has in store. It is an expected high volatile week. So we've got some big earnings announcements this week, some big companies with earnings announcements this week. We've got the FOMC rate announcement this week. Will it be 50 basis points? Will it be 75? Will it be 100? If it's 75, I think that's already priced into the market. If it's 50, then I think we'll see a market rally. If it's 100, then I think we'll see the market sell off. So that's going to be on Wednesday. On Thursday, we've got the GDP numbers come out. Are we for Q2? So are we in recession? I think we all know the answer to that already, but it's going to be made official. So we'll see that then, and depending on those actual numbers, how bad it is, as to whether we'll see another catalyst introduced to the market, introducing further volatility. So there's three big reasons why there could be, intense volatility this week. So it could be an interesting week's trading. I'm looking forward to it, to be completely honest. And we started off green this week with a $6,000 start. So with that said, let's dig into the trade recap. We'll have a look at what we were doing and how it was going, and the decisions that we're making, and see if you would have traded any different. Before I do that, remember to hit the thumbs up button. It really does help with the algorithm. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. That way, and hit the notification bell for that matter. That way, you get to get notified, and you'll know when I am going live. I trade live every single day, 90 minutes before the market opens, and at the first hour of the market after the bell. I very often trade the last hour of the market, affectionately known as power hour. So if you want to be notified when I'm going to be going live, so that you can actually join me live on stream, watch me trade in real time, then subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Enjoy this trade recap. I hope you learned some things from it. So, okay, so we didn't start trading, and ToughBuilt was moving kind of sideways first thing pre-market, and we're not looking at trading until after 7:30. That's when my broker, which is Capital Markets, allows me to start trading. Of course, you can see ToughBuilt, which was one of the stocks that moved up quite heavily on Friday. There was quite a lot that moved up on Friday. It was already selling off. So, and I'm a long bias trader, so I would rather be patient and wait for stocks that give me setups that I can trade to the long side, rather than looking at weak stocks, which this was looking weak at this time, selling off below the VWAP. And it was slightly down on the day. And then it started to make its move up. So it moved up, it broke the VWAP. And then when it moved up here, that's when we got in. So we got in here and we took some profits on the way up. So that was a good start. I think we managed about $400, $350, $400 start in this first move up. We're taking small size. Like I was saying earlier, we were adamant that we weren't going to be taking big risks today. We didn't want to open up the opportunity to have a big drawdown, a big losing day after having a great day on Friday. But it was about risk mitigation. It was about trading conservatively, just locking in the base hits, and a $400 gain is a good, solid base hit. Then it started to pull back. So we got stopped out on this one, and well, I say stopped out. Stops don't work, but my manual stop was in place. We got the exit indicators, the upwick, and so we exited it started to pull back. And then as we got back in here, we actually got out here and lost a little bit, and then we made a new high, so we got in, and we entered again, and we started to move up. It was moving up all the way up to towards. I'm thinking at this stage we're going to test $8. We got up past the three. We got past the $0.50. We got up past the $0.75 level. I'm thinking, okay, next on the list is you be quiet. The next on, sorry about that, the dragon dog, pig dog is asking for attention. So the next on the list was $8 to reach $8, and the high of this one is $7.84. So we got up to $7.84, and then this happened. So this was like 7 minutes past 9, and the news came out that TBLT was going to be releasing an additional offering at $5. So of course the price crashed. Now, normally I might have had a stop loss at maybe 10 cents or even 20 cents off the high. So given that the high was $7.84, maybe $7.64. Let's say 25 cents, $7.60. I could have got it. Then I would have got stopped at. Let's say I was paying attention and I'm thinking, okay, the $0.50, first candle to make a new low, which would have been $7.54. The $0.50, $7.50. No, okay, then the $0.25, $7.55, $7.25. No, the VWAP, breaking the VWAP, $7.13. No, I didn't get out there either. The whole dollar, $7. No, I didn't get out there. What actually happened is it was moved so quickly. I actually originally thought it was just the algorithmic trades at 8 o'clock. What I call the 8 o'clock scrum. When you get the algorithmic trades, you get a spike in activity, a spike in volume, and all of the order book gets cleared from the previous day's trading. I'm thinking, oh, it's just the algorithm. And then I realized, no, the price action is moving. It's moving down. Tony, you need to get out. And it was about 6:20 that I got out. 6:30, I think it was. I got out. I lost a whole dollar and $1.50, just over $1.50. And we're in for 2,500 shares. So we got in here for 2,500 shares, and we rolled this up. So we could have taken profits up here. And we're thinking 2,500 shares. It wasn't a huge portion of equity, but when it moves a whole $1.50, so we're over $3,500 in the red on this. And quite frankly, I was left gobsmacked. I was kind of thinking to myself, how did I let that happen? Why did I not cut it when it broke the whole dollar? Why did I not cut it when it broke $7.50? And I'm kind of thinking to myself, there's no way I should have let that happen, but I did, and I lost it. But it's a good job I was trading smaller pre-market. I think that's the main thing here, and the main crux of this is that I was trading smaller pre-market. Now it did get a bit of a bounce. But based on the catalyst that prompted this sell-off to go to 5, I figured we might get a bounce up to 6, and we got a bounce up to 620, 623, and we did see that it tapped that again later in the day. It went up to a high of 617. It hit the VWAP. It came back, tried again, went up to a high of 623 again. But there was no recovering from that sell-off, as you can see, into the close, and right now it's trading at 573. So yeah, I was a little bit perturbed, and the problem with this is that it affected my mental state for trading, and I just felt like, okay, well, I've completely screwed that up. Now, the way I've been trading over the last while, $3,500 is a lot of money to a lot of people. But I've been in worse situations and managed to trade my way out of it. It's just one flush, and unfortunately, I got caught in it, and that can happen. That can happen to the best of us, and it certainly happened to me. And I'm not saying I am the best trader, but it certainly happened to me, and it happened on huge volume. Now, when I say it happened on huge volume, I mean these two candles, these two red candles, over 1 million shares were traded. Now, it's only 2.5 million share flow. So half of the float was dumped and sold in this 2 minutes. So that speaks volumes about the algorithmic trading that's going on, because people wouldn't have seen that news and reacted to it so bearishly, the same way that the algo traders do. So a lot of that would have been algo trading going on and dumping and forcing the price down. So just be careful when you trade. This is a lesson, an absolute lesson in that trading is risky, and just be very careful, particularly if you're trading pre-market or after-hour sessions, because you've got lower liquidity, lower volume. You don't have the safety nets of volatility halts or stop losses, automated stop losses that you can put in place. So just be very careful if you're going to be trading with a broker that allows you to trade pre-market. Just be very careful about what you're actually doing, and just be vigilant. Now, the problem I have is I was streaming live, so I'm managing the live stream. I'm talking and addressing the live chat in the stream, and trying to multitask at the same time as trading is not ideal when you get things like this that you have to react quickly to. So the way I looked at this and the way I kind of got my head around it is, Tough Built had a really good day on Friday, 42,000 to the green side, to the upside on Friday. 11,000 of that was Tough Built. So to lose 3,500 now, well, still leaves me 8,000 up on Tough Built. It still leaves me in the green across the last two trading days. So that's the way I looked at it with Tough Built. And unfortunately, the psychological element of that, it still rankled with me, and it still meant that I felt a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for, off kilter. I was a little bit off balance mentally for day trading, so I wasn't feeling that great. However, that being said, we did trade next. We traded PGY Technologies. Now this stock, PGY Technologies, was the stock that we traded on Friday, and we traded this. We got just over $30,000 of a huge run up on Friday. This moved up 200% on the day, and we were able to take advantage of that, the large part of that move. Now we traded this at the open. And as we broke the VWAP, we took a position. Now, it was very volatile. The spreads were quite rangy, as much as 20 cents. It was very volatile. So based on how it was trading on Friday, I was kind of okay with the volatility. As we took a position for the break of the VWAP here and the move up, it did pull back. So then as we move back up again, I added to the position for the break of new highs. So kind of an opening candle, break of highs, I added to the position. It moved up and we took some profits. And in fact, we exited the whole position. And then we got this huge downwards candle. So that was, for me, that was a good start. And we actually made about a third back of what we lost. We made about $1,500 on that one move. Then as we started to come back down, we started to move up here, and I took a position, and this went against us, so we exited as we made a new low here, and that put us back down about $3,600 on the day. So it kind of wiped out what we'd made on the first move. We were about slightly up, I think it was about $400 up on that after that particular move. So then we continued to trade, and we got a lovely move up. We got this move up here. We got in again for the break of the VWAP. It did come back down and bounce on the VWAP a couple of times, but we held through it. Knowing the range of this stock, and given that how rangy the spreads were, whilst it was going down as low as 10.22 on the bid, whilst it was down at 10.22, it was kind of still up at 10.40 on the ask. So it was still above the VWAP on the ask. So we're holding through this, and then we get this breakout here, and we move up. It has another little pullback here. So this is a little bull flag type setup. and we get a lovely consolidation pullback. Then as it makes new highs on this candle, we add to the position and ride it up to the top, and we take profits up at the top, and that gives us our a little over $3,700 in profit on this particular ticker for the day. Now it did sell off, and it sold off hard a little bit later, down into a downwards halt, and it gapped down before then popping, and then it started to sell off. So again, the action on this was, it pretty much stayed kind of sideways below the VWAP for most of the rest of the day, and we didn't trade this particular one again, even into the close. So despite the volatility that we've had with that on Friday, we didn't get the continuation. I was hoping for a continuation, but we didn't get the continuation. It reached a peak of over $14 on Friday. I was hoping that potentially we could make $14, $15 per share today, but we didn't get that. So what we did is we saw that Redbox was hitting the scanners. As this was selling off, Redbox started hitting the scanners. Now Redbox is a former runner, and we've traded this successfully on a number of occasions in the past. And we, on this move up, we see that it moved up into a halt, a volatility halt. It gapped up and then moved up again. And as it pulled back, it started to move up. So we entered here for the break of the first candle to make a new high. So this is your flagpole. This is your flag. We get in for the bull flag breakout. On the way up, we add to our position, taking some profits, and we're taking some more profits up at the top, and then we get stopped out on this candle here. So now we've got stops in place. Now we're able to put trailing stops in place. We're able to manage our risk a little bit better. We get a little bit of consolidation, and then we get a move up. I didn't get in for the first candle to make a new high here, or even here for that matter. I got in for new highs, and we got in on this candle here on the way up. We added back to our position, so we added to the position, and then we took some profits at the highs. We added to the position on this candle for ready for the move to higher highs, and as it moved against us, we got stopped out. So on the low of this candle. So at that stage, I think we were about $3,600 up on Redbox. We were $37 up on PGY. We were $3,600 down on TBLT. We did trade SIGA, and we traded SIGA as it moved up and bounced back on its second attempt at the VWAP. We got in here for this pullback, and then this move up, and we got in there, and we managed to get a little bit green. So we kind of got faked. We felt like we got faked out, and we ended up like $50 green here. So this was SIGA. So at this stage, we're just shy of $4,000 up on the day. Still wasn't feeling it. I still felt a little bit woozy, a little bit off kilter with my trading, and I just wasn't feeling confident with my trading. If I'm being completely, and it's something that this is all down to the algorithmic flush from TBLT. It seemed like it had knocked the wind out of my sails. I've had bigger losses. I've had much bigger losses than 3,500, and recovered from bigger losses. But it's just the effect that it had on me today. It was as if it took the wind out of my sails. Now, we did trade SIGA a little bit later, so I'll come to where we did actually trade this. So this was as we came into power hour. We traded a couple of times, and power hour is the last hour of the market, 3 till 4 o'clock. So this is where we got in, and we had this move up. And nice move up, a bit of consolidation, and then this pull back to the $0.50 as it started to make its move up. We entered here for the break of highs at a little over 1560. So we were able to chase that up and get green, a little bit more green on SIGA. and we took some profits here, and then on the way back down we got stopped out, and it stopped us out on this green candle here. Now we did trade it one more time on this move up. We kind of missed the break of 16, so we got in here and we took profits here. It pulled all the way back, so as it started to make a move back up, we got in again, and then we got out for a scratch trade here. So that didn't make any difference. We finished $680 up on SIGA on the day, but we did add. So what I'd done when I came back, when I went out for a walk after trading SIGA, I went out for a walk with the dog, recomposed myself, recorded a little video on TikTok, which, for whatever reason, decided to be taken down. Me walking in the park with the dog was apparently dangerous and illegal activity. But you know, go figure. You never know these days what they class as dangerous and illegal activities on TikTok. It's a law unto itself, that app. But anyway, that's besides the point. So we came back and we traded KidPIK. Now, KidPIK had this one spike up just before lunchtime, and this is where we got it. So it had its move up, and it was a lovely consolidation period here just after 10:30. Then another move up, and then it started to sell off and come back down. Now, this one here is what I would like to say is a classic cup and handle. So there's your cup, and here's your handle. Now the handle doesn't have to pull back or retrace, even though this did. It just has to look like a handle to the cup, and you can see there's a very distinct cup and handle here. So we got this cup and handle, a little move back above the VWAP, and this is when I noticed it. And I was looking for an entry point, and these little dojis didn't fill me with a lot of confidence. Then it moved up and made a new high, and I got in here before it started to pull back again. And I thought I'd been faked out, but I held. I was going to hold it to the VWAP, maybe for a bounce on the VWAP and a move up. If it broke the VWAP, I was going to exit, and I thought, okay, I'll hold it to the VWAP. It did pull back, but it didn't pull back that far before it then started to make a move up. So then I was able to add to the position for the break of 3:30 and rode this all the way up to past the $0.50. We took profits just past the $0.50, and I had a trailing stop on there as well. So not only did we take the full position off, well, the majority of the position off, but when it did start to retrace, the trailing stop had got us out for the rest. So that was a good trade. And we made just over $2,000 on that. So it was a good old move for us. It was a good 50-cent move, and let's say we made just over $2,000. So that's where we finished. $6,000, just under $6,200 on the day. It was a difficult day's trading. We didn't overtrade. We didn't go back in looking for too much after we got past that the daily goal of 5,000. We were up at 7,000 at one stage. Then we gave a little back with SIGA in as I just showed in Power Hour. But yeah, a good trading day. $5,000 is what we look for, and that's what we got. So happy to take the $6,000 today. On the back of the big day on Friday, just to get another green day under the belt. Last Monday we finished red, so that was our last red day. So we've had 5 green days in a row, and want to try and put a nice streak together into August. So if I can finish this week green across the board all 5 days, that will set us up well going into August. And not only that, it will help us with the annual goal to get to that magical 7-figure number. So that's the goal, that's the aim, and that's what we're trying to do. So I'll be back at it tomorrow, 90 minutes before the market opens, and come join me, and I look forward to seeing you there. That's 8 o'clock on the East Coast or New York, and that's 1 p.m. where I'm based in Dublin, Ireland, or anywhere across the UK. Not that Ireland is in the UK. Please don't come after me if you are Irish. I was saying that we share the same time zone. And that's 2 p.m. in the afternoon if you're on the continent of Europe. So in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope you saw some interesting. You enjoyed the trade recap. I hope you saw some interesting patterns that you would have traded. Let me know in the comments if you would have traded that algorithmic flush any different. Let me know in the comments if you would have traded any of the other action any different. I'm always keen to learn how other people trade. Maybe I can learn something from you guys. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.